I remember that 80s song.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. So glad you're with us here on a Thursday. I'm Eric Connard.
I'm Stella Escobedo. Yeah, the person who bought that home has done a really good job.
It looks nice, and it's ready to rent out. Wait till you hear how much they're renting that puppy per night.
Wait till you hear how much the home sold for and how small it is. Let's go ahead and check in with Netta now for a look at our weather. A chance for rain.
Yes. Mainly for the mountains. I know it gets people all excited, but what we're seeing is a pretty good chance right along the mountains, our deserts, possibly the west slope of the mountains. We could see rain coming through, all related to the monsoons that have been dumping rain on Arizona, on Colorado. Right now, as you see, we have the marine layer in effect here. This is our view of Pacific Beach, kind of hazy, I know, low-lying clouds there, but now let's take you to the mountains. This is an east-facing camera where we're already noticing some of those higher clouds coming on in, and a lot of that is coming in from the south and from the east, and that's where that moisture is coming from as well. So it's going to be another hot afternoon, elevated humidity again. Humidity is going to be just high enough that this thunderstorm chances are going to increase for us, and they could actually make way for rain, for strong wind, the possibility of hail and lightning. And then a gradual cool down starts tomorrow, and that lasts through Monday. Good morning, Jenny.
Well, speaking of increase, well, first of all, good morning to you, but we've got an increase in crashes on the map here. You can see big picture, travel times are still light. Volume is pretty insignificant at 6:02. Main Street, that's that new crash I mentioned in my last report. It just popped up right at Rigel Street. It is off of your freeways. At one point, it did look like it was on the 5. But again, Main Street right at Rigel, single lane blocked. Fairmont Avenue, we've got crews blocking one lane at San Diego Mission Road. Seems to be a minor crash. Otay Truck Trail, there is a crash here right at Minnewanna Truck Trail, single lane blocked. And then I'll end it here. Magnolia Avenue, if you're traveling near Cypress, 2 lanes are blocked because of some debris.
Jenny, thank you. Police are investigating a body found inside a car in Bay Terraces. They got a call about a foul odor coming from a car near Casey Street and Appian Drive just before 6 p.m. This is near Bay Terraces Community Park and San Marino Elementary. One of the windows of the car appeared to have bullet holes. Neighbors say a man had been living out of his car in the area for several months. They recently reported hearing gunshots. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. Major developments in the search for missing Chula Vista mother Maya Millete. For the first time, her husband has been named a person of interest. The
revelation came after a city attorney in court mentioned this. The judge also granted News 8 a request to have records unsealed and a gun violence restraining order filed against Maya's husband. News 8's Evan Ronnie joining us live now with these major developments in this case.
That's right. There have been a lot of developments in terms of the investigation into Larry Millete, the husband of missing woman Maya Millete, missing mother of 3 Maya Millete. But little is known still about the whereabouts of Maya Millete. So this progression that comes yesterday after this court hearing gives us a little bit more information into the reasoning behind a gun violence restraining order. And it also gives some context into the city attorney now admitting that Larry Millete is in fact a person of interest. Take a listen to what happened in court yesterday.
That original sealing order had a time frame for it. It was not a sealing order that was intended to be in effect forever.
And that was the judge confirming to News 8 that the attorney who was hired by News 8 to unseal those documents is right in his saying that the gun violence restraining order should be made public. It was only for a small period of time that gun violence restraining order was meant to be sealed for, and not forever, as you heard that judge say. Now, the biggest discoveries in this hearing, first off, that there is an investigation around Larry Millete, and he is a person of interest in that. There's also an ongoing child welfare services investigation into the safety of the 3 Millete children. In that hearing, News 8 also hired an attorney, which led to the unsealing of the gun violence restraining order that was previously only seen by the court and now must be made public. The only portion of the gun violence restraining order that will remain redacted is the face and body of one of the Millete children and a photo of him surrounded by Larry's 14 guns. Larry Millete says his missing wife knew about his gun collection and supported it. He also says that from the start that he is innocent of having any involvement in his wife's disappearance. Now, in terms of when we could actually see those unredacted documents, it is likely that by the end of the week, the judge will actually have those documents available to the public to see and read. That means that by the end of the week, we could gain more context into what allowed that gun violence restraining order to move forward, along with the search warrants of the Millete family home, the vehicles involved as well. It could just give more context into why the court and why the judge believes that there is an argument to be made against Larry Millete in the search for his missing wife, Maya. Overlooking downtown, I'm Evan Irani, News 8.
Evan, thank you. The U.S. government is blocking non-essential travel across the border with Mexico until at least August 21st. Business owners near the border were already struggling to stay afloat, and now many say they aren't sure how much longer they can hold out. Executive Director of the San Ysidro Chamber of Commerce shares his take.
This is like the governor of California telling Little Italy, you're open for business. Go ahead, do whatever you want. And then the president of the United States coming in saying, but the only people that can shop in Little Italy are those that live in Little Italy.
Wells says although many South County business owners have managed to stay open, nearly 200 San Ysidro businesses have closed for good because of the pandemic.
Today, families pushing for mask choice in schools will speak out at the Vista Unified School Board meeting. The group Let Them Breathe plans to file a lawsuit against the state over the mask mandate for students. They say masks are causing physical and mental concerns for kids. State Superintendent Tony Thurmond addressed the issue during a visit in Chula Vista yesterday.
The truth of the matter is that the only person who can change those orders is the California Department of Public Health, and I can't speak for the Department of Public Health. But I would just reiterate, I wish we didn't have to wear a mask, but that is what has been ordered, and that is what will keep us safe.
Thurmond said it is up to each district to enforce the mask mandate, and his office will not punish districts that choose not to.
6:07 on a Thursday, checking in with Netta now for a look at our forecast. Well, we are expecting a little bit of rain, but don't get too excited, as you've been saying, right?
Yeah, it's going to be mainly in the mountains. So, areas that are not necessarily highly populated, but of course this impacts people through the mountains and then the western slope. So the foothills of our mountains, that's where we're noticing a slight chance. Also the deserts as well. So it's monsoonal moisture that we'll be noticing. What we're seeing right now, though, this would be our marine layer cloud coverage. So this is, you see right over Cardiff State Beach, we have the lower lying clouds that bring on some of that cooler morning air. It's just a sign of that onshore flow that's here. And we're noticing it all the way to the foothills of the mountains. So you have those low clouds, and then right here, those are those higher level clouds that are a sign of the monsoonal moisture that's mainly to the east of us. But today, of all days, this is our chance where we could see those clouds actually letting loose and giving way to some rainfall. Visibility, though, I do want to show you what's happening with the marine layer because it is obviously extending pretty far inland. Otay Mesa, your visibility is down to 5, IB at 6, 7 in Oceanside. So it does appear like we have decent cloud coverage to start off, a little overcast to start off this Thursday morning. And then watching here, this is a 6-hour loop where you saw that line of rain that just came through central Arizona, that all winding down in the early morning hours. But what happens is in the afternoons, when we get to that heat of the day, that's when we'll start to see those taller clouds forming right over our higher elevations, and those tall clouds could give way for some rain. So I'll show you that in a moment, but for now, temperature 63 in Ramona, 66 in Poway, you're at 71 for downtown, 87 in Borrego Springs right now, you're in the 70s for the mountains. Heat and humidity are still going to be upon us. We have pretty calm winds to start, but as we see those thundercells build, those winds could get pretty strong. Relative humidity, this is that moisture you're feeling in the 80s and 90s for a lot of our county because of the marine layer. But then on the eastern side of our mountains in the 50s, that's high for our deserts, and that's the monsoonal moisture. So a couple layers of moisture that are coming at us from the west and from the east. Here's that rain cloud forecast model that shows right around noon, there's that green that comes on through our mountains, and then you see it trickle in along the 8 possibly. So these are pop-up thunderstorms. The specific spots are really, really hard to forecast, but I can tell you higher elevations will tend to get more of that unstable air that comes through and the chance for the rain and thunderstorms even.